गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि वरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार।
Sai Ram. This is the story of the most majestic monument of Prasanthi, the statue that exudes strength, courage, enthusiasm, surrender, and eternal inspiration. Hanuman is symbolic of how high a man can reach when there is deep devotion and single-pointed concentration of the Lord. The story of this imposing statue goes back to the year 1987. Shri Silpi Subramaniam, a humble sculptor from Palani, Tamil Nadu, was Bhagawan's chosen instrument to make many a statue in Prasanthi, starting from the Gopuram and the Sarvodharma Stupa in 1975 to the Shanti Vedika stage in this Hillview Stadium in 1985 to the Sai Kulwant Hall in 1995. One morning in 1987, when Shri Silpi Subramaniam was busy working on these various statues at this Hillview Stadium, Bhagawan's car unexpectedly drove in. Swami called him near and pointing to the hill, Swami said, "On the top of this hill, I want you to make a Hanuman statue. You do it. He is your friend." Shri Silpi immediately asked, "When should I start the work, Swami?" And Bhagawan said, "Start right away. Do the Bhumi Puja tomorrow." So the next morning, Shri Silpi went to the summit of the hill and did the puja as per Bhagawan's instructions. But he was unhappy, as he had expected Swami to come and show him the exact spot. So that evening, when he went for darshan, he prayed to Bhagawan to come again. And Swami said, "Wait, I will come."
Meanwhile, the sculptor got busy completing the finely crafted statues of Shiva, Krishna, Jesus, and Zoroaster. Once he completed these tasks, there were no further instructions from Bhagawan for the whole of next 2 years. Out of the blue, in January 1990, which was the year of Bhagawan's 65th birthday, Swami asked Sri Jaikumar, the ashram engineer then, to drive him to the stadium one morning. Swami came up to these statues. This was then a rough road and Bhagawan had to use an all-terrain vehicle. But Swami did not stop here. Swami asked Sri Jaikumar to drive him further up this road. So when they came up here, Bhagawan got down from the vehicle and looked at this entire area. It was then filled with mud, stone, rocks and bushes. Swami walked in this area, and when he looked at this particular spot, he stopped. He called Sri Jaikumar, the ashram engineer, and said, "I want a 65 feet Hanuman statue to be built right here. This will commemorate my 65th birthday. Get started on this work." So with Bhagawan's permission, Sri Jaikumar involved Sri Tilanayakam, who was then working as an honorary engineer for the university here. Sri Jaikumar also spoke to Silpi Subramaniam, as he was Swami's chosen sculptor. And Swami asked all three of them to be present at 6 a.m. on the next day at the Shanti Vedika. Swami arrived early in the morning the next day, and at the Shanti Vedika, even as the sun was rising, Swami blessed all three of them profusely and instructed them to start the work. Later, Silpi Subramaniam went to Swami seeking more guidance. Then Swami said, "You remember, I had told you about the Hanuman statue. We have to do it now. Make a small model and show me. So Shilpi Subramaniam got to making many sketches of Hanuman in different poses. Hanuman sitting, Hanuman singing bhajan, Hanuman prayerfully standing, Hanuman flying in the sky, and so on. Swami carefully saw each one of them and then picked the one in which Hanuman was about to take off, holding the Sanjeevani Hill in his hand. So Shri Shilpi Subramaniam immediately made a 3D model of the selected posture of Hanuman. In fact, this was what Shri Shilpi had made. With the Sanjeevani Hill in his left hand, his bent left leg forward on a small mound, his straight right leg behind, and in his right hand, the mace and the readiness on his face to take off into the sky. Now, this Hanuman stands forever in front of the administrative block of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. So when Sri Tilanayakam did his calculations, he found that the statue is going to weigh several hundred tons. He thought it would be really difficult to support such a huge structure. So he went to Swami with two requests. Swami, can we reduce the height of the statue, please? And Swami immediately said, this is for my 65th birthday. It is going to be 65 feet. Then he humbly submitted, Swami, can we make the statue hollow, please? Because that would reduce the weight of the statue considerably. And Swami flatly rejected this and emphatically said, this statue is going to last 100,000 years and more. It has to be rock solid and strong. No hollow work, no false work. In his mind, Sri Tilanayakam was also very concerned about the huge expenditure involved. And even before he could mention to Swami anything about it, Swami immediately said, don't worry about the cost. Think only about how to make the statue strong. Sri Tilanayakam got to work on the engineering details of this giant structure. As and when knotty issues in design emerged in his task, he would go to the prayer hall in the mandir, kneel before Swami's chair, and pray fervently to find solutions. In a few weeks, Sri Tilanayakam was ready with his plan. The monument was to be made using rolled structural steel sections, which would be the skeleton on which the statue was to be built. Reinforced cement concrete was to be used to fill this structure so that the form emerges, just as how the flesh and muscles cover the bone.
After getting the approval of the design of the statue from our beloved Swami, we have to do two things. One is to prepare the ground for laying the foundation. Number two, to buy the structural steel sections required for the fabrication of the skeleton of the statue. So we had come here to this site, and this area was fully covered with red earth like any other place in this area. We started removing the top earth. Then we found weathered rock like this, and this is very unsuitable for laying the foundation of such a huge structure. So by hammering, we removed all this weathered rock layer. To our utter surprise, we found clean, level, blue granite layer without any fault. Then we realized why Swami has really chosen this particular spot, which has made our life very easy to lay the foundation. After having prepared the ground for laying the foundation, the next thing was to procure the structural steel sections which will form the skeleton of the Hanuman statue. I was not expecting that Swami will give me the money immediately and ask me to procure. I am not very familiar with the Bangalore market. Swami said, does not matter, go wherever you want, buy from whomever you want, pay whatever amount you want, but buy quickly and return back to Puttaparthi as soon as possible. since we had more than 40-50 items, no single dealer had the stock of all these materials. So we could not get it from a single shop, but we went here and there all over the city and we could collect everything except one item, that is ISMB 600 girder. Only very big construction companies or the highways or railways, they procure this. They are too based on the specific project they have. Normally, it will take not less than 4 to 5 months for them to place the order and get the material. But in our case, one of the dealers told us that the required quantity and length is just coming through railway wagon and he can deliver it next day. And without his grace and this miracle, it would have taken not less than 4 to 5 months, but we got it in 2 days.
Now that the ground was prepared and the materials had been acquired, Bhagawan fixed February 19, 1990 as the day for the Bhumi Puja for the statue. That auspicious morning, Swami stood here at the very spot where the statue had to be erected and broke several coconuts and sprayed that water, walking around every inch of this sacred area. In fact, Swami's and Thilainayakam's dress became wet with that consecrated water. Swami also placed turmeric, vermilion and all the ritualistic items at this spot. And then Swami placed the cement mortar on the bricks himself using this blessed ladle. And then, suddenly, Swami did something which swept everyone off their feet.